As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
One more time, I'm gonna blast that.
But I'm supposed to be scared now cause you got a pistol, motherfucker.
Hey, that G Jack, come on. Shit, that's Kane and Harold, man.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Joe Chapo back to build another edition of If They Only Knew. As always, you got your boy Main Light out on the hill. What up, man? What up, man?
Yo, what's good? What's good, people? What's going on? To all my ITOKers, love y'all. Make sure y'all please like, subscribe, share, comment, and make sure you fill up that bell so y'all get our videos first thing smoking.
And I already
shout out to New York. Shout out to
this
New
man
York.
is. But just in case you was in a cave somewhere, lost in the woods and shit under a rock under a bed, sir, please introduce yourself.
My name's Eric Costo, but most of you know me as CUZZO. I was the host of Prison Consulting with Eric Costo, and I did a bunch of interviews on a bunch of other channels, including this joint right here.
Sir, yes, sir. He's a repeat offender over here, yo.
Yeah, I'm a repeat offender on this channel.
So please introduce this young lady sitting next to you.
Hi, I'm CHRISTA, I'm Eric's cousin, and I'm here today because we're going to talk about a show that we're going to kind of branch off and start a little different than what you guys are used to. So,
okay, cool.
I quit the Prison Consulting with Eric Costo show.
Well, shit, let's get to
I'm done with it.
For the people, like I said, that's been lost in the woods and shit, they may never have heard your story. I don't know where the hell they were at. Just give a brief description of who you are, where you from, how you came up.
All right, so my name is Eric Costo. I was charged with criminal homicide at the age of 19. It was a drug deal gone bad where I ended up having to shoot and kill one of my childhood friends. I took it all the way to trial. Ended up getting found guilty of manslaughter. I received 5 to 11 years in the Department of Corrections, state prison in Pennsylvania. Out of the 5 to 11 years, the state made me do the entire 11 years. And they also sent me to 6 or 7 different prisons.
Yeah. All right. Well, hold on. It's some good shit. Excuse me, but I mean, all right. So you were sentenced 5 to 11, but the state made you do the full 11, or was you in there wilding the fuck out and you got the full 11?
Okay, well, I wouldn't say wowing the fuck out. I was just saying
what had happened was.
What had happened was.
There you go.
No, like on some real shit. I came in. I'm Italian. You know, that's just considered your simple white boy. I looked or I seen immediately how prison worked. The first time I was arrested, I seen there's only 3 white boys on the block, and most of them bitch and scared, like, you know what I'm saying? And every once in a while you'll be on a bigger, like when I got locked up in Pittsburgh, a big city jail, you know, then there's a lot more people. But you'll still always see a group of white dudes that's just soft as hell. And then the one group of white dudes that just ain't with none of this shit. They like everybody else.
Yeah.
And I picked up on that shit. And a lot of the crimes that I was doing before I got locked up was with Crips in Pittsburgh. So I was affiliated, but I was never official. I didn't become official until I was in prison. But because of me being white and then being in a predominant black gang, I had a lot of people testing me. It did not make my time easier.
I'm sure.
Despite what everyone says, like, oh, you did that for protection, you did that. Man, I had my own homies running tests on me. Having 3 dudes run up in my cell and square up with me just to see what the fuck I would do back. My own homies did that to me. So I took that shit serious when I was in there because.
Do you think they went extra hard because you was white and they really want to fully make sure you wasn't gonna fold?
Yeah, which I understand.
Yeah.
I understand, and that shit made me a man. That's how I grew up. I went in as a teenager. I came out in my 30s. And, you know, my gang, Crip, raised me. They raised me in there. And I am who I am today because of the old heads that was above us that would build with us in the yard.
Yeah.
See, it ain't all about gang banging and dealing drugs and killing people and stabbing people, cutting people. You know, we do a lot of building. We do a lot of educating ourselves.
I get it, man.
We might have a book that we make mandatory everybody read. And then in one yard, we might talk about it. You know, we ain't trying to be dumb criminals.
Yeah.
We trying to educate ourselves, but then at the same time, you got to live in the environment that you were put in.
Yeah.
I didn't invent the prison environment. I just knew I wasn't gay, so I don't want no dick around me. And I feel I got a nice set of teeth, a good-looking face. I mean, even though I bombed it out, but I did that to myself. You feel me? I didn't want other people doing shit to me.
I was always worried about your teeth because I always did think you had nice teeth.
I know. Everybody in my family was like, damn, what's going to happen to his teeth? Man, I protected them bitches.
So,
and I'm little as hell, too. Yo, I'm 5'7".
Shit, I'm 5'6", man. I'm 5'6".
Bro,
Yeah.
so you know.
Yeah.
So you know, there's mad times I'm like looking up at dudes. Like, what's up, cuz?
Did you guys ever see what he looked like when he went in? You need to like pull those pictures out.
I know.
Scrawny dude. You almost look like a skater, almost a little bit.
Yeah.
Long hair.
You know what? And I hate to, don't even get mad at me.
Okay, go ahead.
Did you guys ever see that movie? It's an old movie with Hilary Swank. It's called Boys Don't Cry.
Oh, man. You try to say he looked like...
Wow.
Oh, she grinding me up, cuz.
Yo, if he looked like that, he would have had a bad time, yo. You would have had a way worse time if you look like that, yo.
Listen,
but
if there was a rape victim poster child, right? If they had a poster child for a rape victim in prison, it would have been my face.
I had like a bowl cut.
I had like the Justin Bieber. Motherfuckers called me Justin Bieber. That was my first nickname.
Yeah, I remember.
Before CUZZO,
right straight off the bus, right?
Before CUZZO, it was Justin Bieber, and I didn't even know who Justin Bieber was at the time. So that made me real mad.
Damn.
Imagine if you did know who he was.
I know, even if I knew who he was, I would have been more mad. Fuck Justin Bieber. He's a bitch,
fuck
bro.
His mom, fuck him.
Yeah, like
fuck Canada. I think
fuck them. Fuck Justin Bieber. I beat his ass.
Me too.
And I was all bombed out, tatted up way before his dumb ass.
You say he a CUZZO knockoff?
Yo, real shit, I would jack his shit if I ran into him. I'm not about criminal life no more, but because of how many people in prison called me Justin Bieber and I had to fuck people up over that and go to solitary confinement over being called Justin Bieber, I would jack him if I seen him in public.
He don't want no smoke.
But he'd probably be with like a bunch of gorillas, like probably.
Look, you could play him. You could play him in the Justin Bieber movie, yeah.
Yeah, I might like ask
get
for
a
an
part. You
autograph.
gotta get a part.
I might ask for an autograph and then just like bop.
That shit would go viral.
Like the little bop, little bitch.
That shit would go viral.
You know what the hell I went through because of you?
I'm out of here.
I'm sure you had to survive the hard way and shit, you know. But shit, yo, speaking of the survival, you know, like your case was drug-related homicide, right?
Drug deal gone bad that ended up in a murder. Yeah.
So was you making those same moves while you was in prison?
As
far as
because see, there was a difference. Out on the street, I was wild and young and doing that shit because it was fun to me.
Yeah.
And it was providing for me. I could live on my own. I didn't need nobody. I could do whatever I want, take care of myself, drop out of high school. Like, you know, that was my mentality then. In prison, it was survival. I did what I did in there because I ain't want no dick around me. And I ain't want to be no victim, no bitch.
Yeah.
I didn't want to have to constantly look over my shoulder. And what I realized in prison, it's not in movies, right? They say, oh, you go after the biggest dude in the jail. So, like, I was in the mind state, like, I'm a straight dude. I don't want no dick around me. Okay, I don't want to be a rape victim. I don't want to be somebody's bitch. I don't want to have a hard time in prison.
Yeah.
And I peeped game real quick that it wasn't always the biggest dude that was running shit. There were some little dudes running shit. And that sparked my curiosity. And I'm the type of dude that I'm not Joe Familiar. I'm not just gonna come up to you and be like, hey, what's up, yo, Like, I'm gonna walk around by myself and like act like I'm just mad that I'm in there. Like, I ain't got no rap for nobody, but I'm peeping everything. Because one thing, bro, I see so many dudes do this shit. They go in jail and they so nervous. They just go to the first person they see, like, hey, what's up? My name's Charlie.
Yeah.
Like, bro, are you for real, bro?
Oh man. Yeah.
Like, hey, what are you
Be a
for?
summer camp and shit.
Yeah. Like,
I have 5 DUIs.
Would you believe I got 2 DUIs? What do you think they're gonna do with me? And you're fighting a murder. You're like, what?
Let me ask you this though, yo. Play devil's advocate a little bit, yo. So you saying that the majority of the white dudes in there are getting taken advantage of at some level? The ones that's
in our country
are ready to really put some shit behind it.
In our country,
well, let me ask you this.
The West Coast is completely different from the East Coast.
Yeah. The
West Coast, them white dudes make each other killers.
Yep.
They enforce
that. That goes into my next question. That's what I was going to ask you. So you
now on the East Coast, the white boys that I see as killers is gangbang.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to
ask. And they're not gangbanging in Aryan Nation gangs. They gangbanging in Crips.
Yeah.
They gangbanging in Blood. I see white boys in Latin Kings. I see white boys with the DMI shit. And they got black dudes in DMI.
Yeah. So that's what I'm talking.
That's what I see the difference in.
So if you see the white dudes and shit taking advantage of, a portion of them taking advantage of, did it ever cross your mind to go with the white dudes and try to bring the white dudes up and maybe go that route?
So I had a rule. The young white boys that would come in.
Yeah.
I would approach them before any booty bandit could. And I would spin the track with them.
Yeah.
And just get a feel, you know, you can get a feel for somebody quick if they a lame or not.
Yeah.
If I felt the young boy had a little heart in him, I might tell him, yo, night yard, stop over here, bro. We walk around. Because you know in the prison yard, booty bandits, when they see young white boys with violent prisoners, convicts, they're not gonna fuck around where they can just go, what's that shit called? Fish in a barrel.
Yeah. I got. Basically, they're gonna show you enough respect that they're not gonna come off on this dude while he's with you.
Yeah, because they might think that he from my end or he related to me or something.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
But as soon as you showed me some pussy in you, and you showed me you wasn't willing to rock out for yourself, you on your own, bro. You on your own, because I'm not about race.
Yeah.
I would look out for the younger white boys because I would see there was no one else too. Damn near every prison I was at, there wasn't too many dudes like that. That would even help a younger, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I would always do that. And it was easier for me as I transitioned to more and more prisons. Because the more and more prisons they sent me to, my reputation grew. Because they're like, damn, this dude keep getting kicked out of prison.
Yeah. So you was getting kicked out based on violence? You just get into a lot of fights, or
no, not just violence. I mean, my cousin would hear shit about me.
Well, let me ask you.
While I was in prison, dudes on the street would be telling her stories about like how crazy I was in prison.
And what did you think about your cousin that went in looking like whatever you thought he looked like in your head? To hear his stories like he's in there, you know what I'm saying, getting it in.
Well, I was nervous for him whenever he went in because he did look like that. So like you said, he was like textbook, like bitch, like honest, like he just, no, I'm just serious.
She keeping it real. She keeping it real.
I'm serious. Like if he walked into a prison, a women's prison looking like that, I'd probably fucking steal his damn fucking money. He must damn self. So I mean, for real, he was little. It just wasn't. He's just like, and he's so sweet too. You know?
Like you know what I mean. I'm smiling all the time.
No, he really is like a nice kid. So to know that he was doing that stuff, the way that I even found out was his dad owned a bar, and I went to his dad's bar the one night, and his dad, which they have issues, whatever. But he just like out of nowhere just started like crying and telling me like he's a crip and he has to do all this stuff. But you know what? Like, what are you gonna do? It's survival. It's survival. It really is. So I mean, I get it. You just kind of have to do what you gotta do. And you don't have a malicious bone in your body. Like he's actually like,
I'm not violent.
Not at all. Like,
I mean, my record shows that I'm extremely violent, but really I'm not.
Yeah. Like his parents are nice, our family is nice. Like we don't, you know, like it's just kind of like what he had to do. It was either be someone's bitch or not, and that's what he had to do.
Yeah.
So
were you surprised that he was capable of doing this?
Doing that in like
as far as what you was hearing, as far as the thing he was hearing.
I wasn't surprised, no, because I think any of us are like that. It's like, you know, I mean, I think I would be the same way. I'm not gonna let somebody, I don't care if I get beat up, jump, this and that. Like I'm gonna step up. Like
I'm the only family member to make it to prison, okay? But like we ain't with the bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my cousin ain't gonna let no bitch say shit to her no matter where we at, whose block we on. She gonna rumble every time, even if it's multiple bitches. Like,
I used to get beat up all the time. I don't care.
Like, bro, she will never back down.
I don't care. No, I mean, I don't be out doing that kind of stuff. But I think the thing is, like, and I understand from his aspect because I get along with everybody. I'm friendly with everybody. I use my manners because I was raised right. So I'm always the first target. So I'm the easy target.
Exactly.
So anything that I've ever had happen to me in my life is not because I'm, you know,
defense.
I'm defensive. Yeah.
Me and her.
And he's the same. So I kind of get where he's coming from. Now I will say though, whenever it comes to like my little circle of people, if you come in, then if you try to do something, that's a different story. That's a different side of me. Yeah. But luckily, you know, I don't really have to deal with any of that kind of stuff. Yeah. But no, I mean, I wasn't surprised by how, I mean, you just got to do what you got to do. You got to put on an act for 11 years. You got to put on an act for 11 years. And that, I mean, unfortunately, that's kind of who you became. Not that it was, you know, fake or anything. But I still see old Eric. You know, he's not ruined. He's still sweet. Yeah, he's sweet.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, bro. I was straight. I wasn't gay. So I don't want no dick around me, bro. Like, come on, bro. That's the last thing you want around you when you're straight. I mean, I don't care if you gay, that's cool, but I'm not. And what? What? Fuck out of here. I'll stick a knife through your face before you get that thing anywhere near my ass.
Did anybody try you? Did you feel like anybody tried you in that aspect?
Oh my God, I got tried multiple times. Got tried multiple times.
Damn.
Bro, I had to fucking beat this dude's head in with a lock while he was asleep because of what he said to me the first night he moved in my cell, bro. I got this big, dark-skinned FOI motherfucker in my hut. And you already know I got the big crit tattoo on my back. Yeah. He FOI, I know what it is, but he playing his little slick shit. Hey, you hungry? I know you just got out the twist. You got all your stuff in the cart. He think I'm sweet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I ain't hungry. I don't eat at night. So I'm watching my TV, right? He hooking his shit up. And I already had the top bunk. Yeah. See, I never liked the bottom bunk. Everybody be fighting over the bottom bunk. Fuck that bottom bunk. Because the first person who gets it is on the bottom bunk.
Yeah.
So I'm on the top bunk, bro. And this dude laying down, he hooked his TV up and shit. And I'm looking at his shit. So I'm peeping. This dude got time in. So I'm like, yo, I don't like watching my TV with my headphones at night because he shut his TV off.
Yeah.
He like, no, you cool, you cool. So I turn my TV down low and shit, but I'm watching the TV. And the whole time, this is before this dude even said anything. In my head, I'm already foreseeing this dude just a slow roll dude.
Yeah.
And sure enough, bro, you know what I hear on my bunk? Yo, what? Yo, you know I'm gonna end up fucking you, right?
What?
Just not tonight.
What?
But I need you to understand there ain't nothing you can do to me in this cell, and I'm gonna do whatever I want to your little white ass. I don't give a fuck if you a Crip or not. Fuck you. And I'm like, can I go back to watching my TV and shit now? Oh yeah, good night, baby. That's what he say, right? Now, on another channel, this story got brought up, right? And they asked me, so you went on them right then and there, right? No, I didn't. I laid in my bunk and I just twiddled my thumbs, biting my lips, sucking my teeth, looking right through my fucking TV, not even watching that shit. Waiting for this motherfucker to go to sleep. Because what this motherfucker don't know is I keep a lock and a sock right next to my pillow at all fucking times. I might have all my bangers hidden around the prison in another cells, but that lock and that sock that got my name on it is always right next to my neck, next to my pillow. I don't need that shit on my commissary because ain't nobody taking my commissary. This motherfucker, thank God, was a snorer and a loud snore. Bro, I did one of the taps on the rack. You know how you got the little ladder to come down? Boom, I crack it. Snoring still. Boom, I slide my blanket all the way down. I move my feet up as quiet as I can because you know how the bunks be creaking. So I extend my leg out as far as I can to get on that ladder because that ladder ain't gonna crank. It's the bunk that's gonna crank. So bang, I get on the ladder. Now, I'm not a fan of sticking the lock in the sock because I've seen too many times dudes get bonked twice and then the lock go flying out the sock. So I shut my lock and I wrapped the whole sock through the fucking loop. That shit ain't fuck. I'm not letting go of that shit. That shit's getting wrapped around this finger and this thumb. So I finally creeped down to the bottom and, you know, the cells ain't that big. So I had to back up and actually measure. We have to measure if I'm gonna have enough distance to cock back and keep bashing his fucking head in. So as soon as I get that adjusted, then I gotta get amped up. Like, you gotta go in on this dude. You gotta fucking crash this dude's skull. And I'm a defensive person. So me initiating this shit, I'm like getting myself amped up. So the first hit that I hit his head, I couldn't handle it. It split all the way down his shit. And he didn't move. But I didn't want to stop beating on him because I'm worried about this big motherfucker waking back up. So I go to work on his back. I start beating his thighs. I start beating his legs, his feet. Bro, I'm beating his whole fucking body. As soon as I got down to the tippy toes, I hit the button. I ain't gonna lie, because I didn't want to kill him. But I hit the button and I yelled as loud as I could, "Y'all come get this dude or he gonna die. He gonna bleed out and die."
Did he react at any point? Like, was he
He was unconscious the whole time.
He never moved. He knocked him out in one hit, yo.
The first hit, he just never moved again.
whatever happened to him? Do you know?
So the cops all run out the bubble and they run to the cell with the flashlights. And the sergeant was like, "Oh my God, yo, Costo got him. Yo, Costo got him." Like even the COs were surprised.
They were banking against you, yeah.
So they telling me to cuff up, and I'm like, "Man, fuck that." And they like, "What?" I'm like, "Man, fuck that. I ain't cuffing up. You get him the fuck out of here. I'm gonna get on my stomach over my head, and y'all gonna cuff him or get him the fuck out of here on a stretcher." And I'm telling you, he need a fucking stretcher. And they let me do that. They took me, that was the very day that my first ever prison, because this was my first like month in jail, in prison, in state prison, as an adult. And when they took him out of there and the whole block seen him covered in red, because you know they put that sheet over him. They don't want everybody seeing what I did to him. That sheet soaked in red, and you see me with blood all over me, and I ain't hurt. Like, that helped me a lot. And that was on some defensive shit, bro.
Whatever happened to him?
He got transferred out of the jail.
Yeah.
That was his fourth rape incident where they knew it was they knew why I did what I did, and I ain't say shit. They asked me, why you do that?
You ever think that's why they put him in the cell?
I'm like, man, y'all dumb as hell if y'all ask me why I did that.
Yeah.
Do you think that's why they put him in the cell with you?
That's another thing too.
Yeah.
A lot of them cops, see, our prisons are in hillbilly areas in Pennsylvania. You know how you got the hood in New York, but then you got upper state New York?
Yeah, yeah.
You got that in PA, you got Pittsburgh, you got Philly, but then you got all these other areas where like it's all white and they racist as hell, bro. Like KKK's in the area and shit. These dudes hated me for being a white kid.
I'm sure they hated the shit out of you.
So the fact that this dude got put in my cell, and the first thing the sergeant said is, "Oh shit, Costo got him." Ain't nothing slow about me, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all put him in there because y'all wanted him to fuck me.
They probably had some money.
I'm white and I'm a Crip, and y'all don't like that shit.
Yo, they probably had some money on that shit, man. They probably was making a bet on this motherfucker, you know?
Real shit, bro.
Yeah.
And I think about this every day. What if he didn't give me no warning?
You'd have been walking around.
I mean, for real, I wasn't going to sleep that night.
Man, hell no.
But this dude,
if that dude still was in my fucking cell, hell no.
I mean, even if he didn't say that shit, I still wouldn't have went to sleep.
Man, let me ask you a question, yo. How would you have reacted in that situation? Like, as far as like, if he said that, would you have just immediately went, yo, or like he did wait and calculated and?
What'd you say?
No, I was talking to Light. Yeah, I was asking if he was in that same situation. I'm talking about at the age that you was at, not the age you at now. The age you was at then and shit, yo. If your cellmate said that shit to you, what you think your reaction would have been? Instant, or you would have waited and calculated?
It would have depended. It would have depended like who he was. You know what I'm saying? He could be somebody of stature, and I got, you know what I mean. I gotta listen. I'm just saying. Listen,
that's how prison is. It's all about politics.
Yeah,
it's all about politics first.
Listen, there's dudes in there that's gang members, but they be fucking chumps. Like it is what it is. Like I'm not, but no disrespect to them guys. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So you gotta make sure you know who this is. So now you know, you do your homework. Now you know how far you can really take it. You know what I'm saying? Like something like, you know what I mean?
I could never say, because I've never been in that situation. But I mean, out of fear, because that shit would have scared the shit out of me so bad. And I might have reacted right there. It would have probably been worse for me. But I probably would have reacted like, what the fuck? I gotta kill this motherfucker before he does this shit.
Listen,
like, but it probably ultimately would have been worse for me.
See, what kept going through my head was when he hit me with the, "Not tonight, though."
Yeah.
But this is what it is. Like, he was pretty much just wanting me to be in utter fear and see if I would react. And if I did react, he would have wiped the floor with me in that little cell.
Yeah.
I didn't have no banger in the cell. All I had to lock, I would have got one hit off. He would have dumped me all over that cell and probably killed me. And then fuck me.
Yeah.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta be careful. You gotta see the dudes that make it out of prison is the ones that think.
Yeah.
You gotta be a thinker. You can't
Fear,
just go
man.
in
Fear is a
there.
powerful thing too, man.
Like you can't just go in there and just be reckless. Even in the street, you gotta think about it, man.
Yeah.
You gotta map it out. I ain't trying to get caught. Like, I ain't trying to catch a charge. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I'm trying to get out. You know what I'm saying? So if I could do something and get away with it, then that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, I mean, in a situation like that, time is not on your side, yo. Like, it's a countdown and shit, yo. Like,
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you don't know if he had other people waiting in the wings. So if you'd have popped off right there and there, you don't know there could have been 3 or 4 other dudes that could have been there waiting. That's
And FOIs, that's all they play.
That's what I'm
what's
saying.
FOI stand for?
Fruit of Islam.
Ah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, you know what I'm saying?
White
Like, you just don't know.
devil, white devil, white devil, white devil.
Yeah.
Hold on. So that's a white group?
That is an all black group that is racist against whites.
Yeah.
In PA. They are very militant.
Sound like 5%.
They make sure all their browns are tucked into their boots. Their boots are tied tight.
Yeah.
Everything is crisp and pressed. They walk militant. They move militant. When one goes, they all go.
So was there any repercussions from that?
From that? No, because the next day my lokes got involved ASAP.
Yeah.
I was in solitary. But my local homies addressed that. They went right at him and was like, you already know why Cuz did what he did.
Yeah.
And y'all want to disrespect Crit, like we could have a gang war there.
Yeah.
And they didn't want no gang war.
See, that's the difference.
And they kicked him out the jail and they left me in the jail.
See, you gotta remember, Joe, I was neutral. So I ain't got, so if I bang out on him, there might be a whole bunch of other fuckers that's gonna try to get me. So I gotta be.
Hey, what's the alternative though? The alternative is getting your ass taken.
Do your homework. I'm telling you, do your homework, man. I'm telling you, you do your homework, man.
Everything is chess. Why do you think all the old heads?
Get it.
Why do you think all the old heads in prison are chess masters?
Yeah.
All the lifers in prison. Why do you think they're so amazing at chess? Because that's all prison is, bro.
Yeah.
It's a chess game.
Yeah.
It's a fuckload of pawns. And you got your rooks, your knights.
Yep.
Queen and king, whatever, bro. It's all a chess game. Everything, you got to think a million moves ahead. You can't think one move. Because the next man ain't thinking one move.
Yeah.
He's thinking 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
And that's what I mean by prison politics. If you don't know how to speak and don't know how to sound like a bitch, like put bass in your voice when you're talking, people pick up on that. If you talk like, yo, I'm talking, I want respect. The way I'm talking, I'm demanding respect right now.
Okay.
And you speak with knowledge, real recognize real.
Right.
And they pick up on from the young dumbasses that's like, yo, what's up? I'm ready to put in work.
Yeah. Yes.
Yo, what you need, bro? You need me to hold the pack? You need me to hold the banger? They ain't never thinking about being in control.
That shit.
And that's why I did my 11 years. Because I didn't want to be a, yo, go do this. Yo, go do that. Yo, go do this.
Being indulgent.
Yeah. You can't be.
I didn't want to be a soldier my whole career.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be on paper because the way Pennsylvania is, you get out on parole with me. Like I would get out on parole with 6 years. Bro, I'd be in and out of prison my whole life. fuck that. I went hard as I could, did everything I could to protect myself, and I came out with my 11 years done. They can't do nothing with me. I ain't no criminal no more. I do everything legal. And that's the big reason why I quit my show and started this one with my cousin.
Well, that's what I was about to transition into.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
came out.
Yeah.
You want to take it, man? Yeah, man.
No, I mean, so let's talk about the prison consultant. Like, kind of tell the viewers, because a lot of people say you deleted your page, and me and Joe understand because we all talk. But
yeah, we all talk behind the scenes and shit.
Right, but I mean, as far as the viewers, can you let them understand, like how, like why, like how life is, like what I mean, like just talk to the people. You know what I mean?
I'm dealing with a lot of shit out here. A lot of my family members is turning their backs on me because people either hate me or fear me. And the only ones that show me respect are all the dudes that are feared in my area. All the dudes that are into the bad shit and is feared, they all love me. So it's like, I mean, she knows. She's been around numerous times. She been around this shit while I was in prison.
And the thing with him is, I think when he first got out of prison and started like the prison channel, I think it was like therapeutic for you. I think it was helping you.
Yeah,
then after a while, like talking about it every day, all day. You know what I'm saying? He started kind of falling off a little bit. You did, you did. And I think this is good to talk about it on like other channels, and maybe you can do your own show again doing that thing. But
yeah,
he was just kind of getting lost, he was getting lost in that, that was his life. He grew up in prison. So it was almost getting to a point to where he was reminiscing and missing that. And
he was living every day. Yeah.
What's that?
No, I say he was living it every day.
Yes. So it was like a little much. So
and my old ways started coming out.
Yeah.
I started getting more aggressive with people.
Yeah. Didn't do anything, but
begging people to fight me in bars, getting told to leave restaurants,
Yeah, he was just reminiscing too much, and it was just starting to, I don't know, just kind of control. He changed in a matter of a couple of months, just kind of constantly being on that. I think he wanted to. His mind wanted to he was ready to move on, but his mind kept going back to what was familiar. Yeah. And it was really kind of causing a lot of issues. And on top of that,
I got mental health problems with my PTSD, my anxiety, my bipolar.
It was kind of triggering. So, and plus just the people just in the community that feel that he's like a total piece of garbage, whatever. So it was just like a little combination of everything. Yeah. So we started just doing I don't know, some fun stuff. We'll on the weekends have a couple drinks, just laugh, talk about stupid shit that's totally inappropriate or whatever.
And I was like, I wish my channel was like this. I wish we could just joke about shit, watch shit, commentate on shit, laugh shit.
But do it.
I'm down to do interviews with the dudes who I started with, and y'all one of them.
And the prison stuff will still come up because it was such a big part of your life. So it's not no speaking prison. That's going to be incorporated too. But you still want to do.
I want to be funny. I used to be a funny dude before I went to prison.
I just want to be Eric Costo.
People used to like to be around me. Yeah. You know what I mean? They weren't scared of me. I want people to see that the old me did die, and you could go through the worst time in prison and you can still change. It's all mental.
Yeah, and I don't think you have to constantly every day be saying, prison consulting with Eric Costa, this is why you shouldn't do this. Here's what I did. Like, I think just showing that you could be
Yeah.
a normal, regular person.
Talking about
society,
prison to me,
you don't
non-stop.
need to convince anybody.
Yeah,
now.
like-
They're seeing that you're like, okay, well, and you actually turned out okay. That I think is better than sitting there and saying, you don't want to do this and you don't want to do that. I don't know. It's just, I feel like you have to kind of be somebody else for.
But at the same time, I have so much shit built inside that I still need to get out. And that's why I reached out and told y'all, like, I still want to do interviews because I still want to get so much shit off my chest to warn other people about.
I tell you what.
I just don't want my main focus to be that.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I got a few things. So number one, you don't have to continue telling your prison story. It's already out there on multiple platforms. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta I always tell the stories about what happened to me badly instead of about the stuff that I did, because you get that adrenaline rush. It's like that lifestyle, like you feeling it. And then when somebody in the street get out of pocket, the first thing that's on your mind is, oh,
yeah, like I will slide up on you right now. Like right now.
Second, what I think you can be therapeutic on your channel, which I think would be a good idea to do this. Whenever you get your subscriptions up to, 1,500, 1,000, whatever, when your channel get monetized, what I think you should do is when you have a members only membership, right? Those are the people that's gonna ride with you, that they got love for you. And if you want those sessions to be therapeutic, it will only be to those selective few that actually, contribute to the cause.
Okay, you're gonna have to school me on how to do that, because I don't know how to do none of that shit.
Well, I think you make a good point, because I actually said to him today, I said, you got to make sure you make this very clear why you're like kind of getting out of that and kind of doing this other thing. And it's partially like mental health issues, and just kind of like people see him on here, but they don't see like
bro, I've had two different dudes that left comments that they had no idea that I found out where they was and slid up in their hood.
And that's like,
and it was the complete opposite, but they said something that I felt was disrespectful.
Yeah.
And I pulled up, bro. The one dude, I had to wait 7 hours for this dude to show up in this parking lot, in his apartment parking lot.
Yeah.
But again, that's prison. All you have is time.
You feel me? I'm patient as hell.
So I told him today, I said, I have a feeling that a lot of your subscribers and followers that you had before are going to be like, kind of abandoned, because it's like, why the hell are you bringing her on? Like, you kind of sold out this and that.
This is my homie, like my cousin. I love her. This is my sister.
But people don't see like what you're going through when you're not in front of the camera, and I do. So mental health aside, like I don't give a fuck. Like you said, you gave up all these subscribers and everything because really, like, you were able to still recognize, wait a minute, I'm going off track here. Like, it's too much prison. And he was able to identify that, and that's good. People don't like that. People still want to see that content, which I get because it's good, but he's just not.
I can't handle it. I'm not mentally stable enough to handle talking about prison every day, or I'm gonna end up hurting.
I don't think anybody is, man. That's just that's like Groundhog's Day. You reliving the shit every day, yo.
I mean, look, Eric, man, listen. I've been free for 20 years, right? And Joe be like, yo, like all my clips on my lives be all like homicides. Somebody, and think about it, I've been home for 20 years. So it never
goes away.
It never goes away. It's just how you control it. You know what I'm saying? Who you have around you. Make sure you have the right people around you. That's the very first thing. Because sometimes all family ain't all family. You know what I mean?
And that's why I tell him that we have some family members that, we're family, but I'll tell him like, look, I don't know if you want to be like I get it, but a
lot of family members have turned their back on me.
I could imagine.
Because like stole from me.
Yeah.
Stole from me before I even got out of prison because of COVID is the reason I got out.
And really, like, if he got out and I didn't see that he was still the same Eric, not that I wouldn't fuck with him, because I still would. He's still my cousin, but I wouldn't be as like interested in his well-being, I guess, if I saw that it's like, it's no use. I mean, really, you know, he grew up in prison. It wasn't like he went in when he was 35, got out when he's 40 and lived his life. Like, that's who raised him. The prison system raised him. So for him to come out and be, for real, like, besides all your problems, like, he doesn't have the, you know, blank stare in his eye, like, he's just not ruined, you know? And that's why, like, I really, like, I call him on his shit, you know, I don't care. Like, it is what it is. Sometimes there's an approach with him based on how he is. Sometimes you just gotta let him, like, do his thing so he doesn't push back, and then, you know, but I don't know, like, he doesn't know anything. Like, his role models were criminals, and, you know, and then that doesn't mean they're bad people, but he doesn't know any other lifestyle.
All my role models were lifers.
Right.
All the dudes that raised me were respected lifers. That's how I was raised. Those were my dads. Some of them dudes I would call pops in there. You feel me? There's dudes that I still cry about because I know that they're living in there until they die. And I love them. And I ain't never gonna see them again unless I fuck my life up. And that's the last thing they want. Like, it's a lot of shit I deal with. Talking about the prison stories makes me remember a lot of my homies that are still in there, and being in there when you have someone's back, you got someone's fucking back. You will do whatever to keep them safe, just like they will do whatever to keep you safe.
Well, that's what I think another hard.
And I had to leave a bunch of dudes that I had their back.
Well, and
like 24/7, and they had mine.
So now you come out, and people who don't know that lifestyle, you expect that kind of loyalty from them, and you're giving it to them, but they're not giving it back because they don't know that lifestyle. And I think that gets you down a lot too, to know that somebody is not.
Yeah, like, everybody seems like fake to me out here.
Yeah. But really,
like, I just came from homies that would bleed for me. Like, laugh with me, you're my friend. Bleed with me, you're my brother.
That's a fact.
You know, out here, motherfuckers don't want to bleed with you. They just want to laugh and
loyalty anymore,
and then talk shit when you ain't around.
There's no loyalty anymore in these streets, man.
Like, I don't like that. Like, that shit, that's what makes it hard for me to live out here, is how everyone else is.
See, you gotta learn how to put motherfuckers on levels, man. Everybody got a level, yo. Everybody that I fuck with got a level, yo. My peoples and shit, yo. That's my family and shit. They got a whole different level, yo. These people over here, I know I just fuck with them a little bit, so they on a different level and shit, yo. These are
and then the way I grew up,
you gotta level people out, else you're gonna fuck yourself up every day thinking that dude next to you is down for whatever, yo. They don't build it like that all the time, man.
Listen. What I say is this, right? If it ain't CUZZO right there next to you, everybody else is a business deal. So now there's no personal feelings connected. You don't feel any way that they do some snake shit because you know it's just a business deal. When you start thinking everybody is your friend, that's when your feelings get hurt. That's
exactly.
When that's the old you coming into it too. That's old Eric. It's like wanting to
everyone. I was the most popular in school.
Real friendly.
Everybody wanted to be around me. Like, if there was any party, I was there. If I wasn't there, it wasn't a party. Like, that's how I grew up. And when I turned into what I turned into and fell in love with the street life and then caught a homicide, you know, a lot of them dudes that I grew up partying with turned on me and got scared of me. Testified on me.
I think you need to just leave the prison shit completely alone. I just don't even fuck with it no more. You did it. Everything is learned behavior. You know what I'm saying? You learn
I
to
still
be the
do.
savage.
I still do.
I'll learn to be the
scared
savage, but
straight.
you can't be around savage shit and expect not to be savage and shit. Yo.
I still do scared straights, like home calls.
Yeah, but
where parents
treat that
bring
as
their
a
kids
business.
over.
But treat it as a business, not a lifestyle.
You see what I'm saying though? Like people kind of like they think like they don't like me because I'm taking him out of that because he was entertainment. But we have to deal with him in the real world.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch him go to prison on some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a fuck if they think he's a bitch, he loses a subscriber, or whatever. I don't give a shit.
What you need to do is
he'll get over it.
Yeah, like I had 2,300 something subscribers.
Yeah, listen,
my life's worth more than fucking views and subscribers and all that shit. Like,
listen,
I love doing this shit though.
Listen,
but I want to have fun with it.
Listen, Eric. Listen, I always told Joe that I said you're one of the few YouTubers that your views matches your subscribers. That means everybody fuck with you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So now what you do, now you get to see who really fuck with you, because now you're changing yourself up.
Yeah.
And now you just cut out all of the trash and just move forward. No more prison. I mean, I'm not saying not to do a prison interview, but when you feel you're good mentally and you're in a good space, then you can, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
You're still fresh. You only been out a year, dude. A year changed. You still fresh.
The only way you can be able to do prison, anything, is to treat it completely like a business, yo.
Yeah. Exactly
like a business. When you're done with that business deal, it's over. You go back to being Eric.
Yep.
Like CUZZO and shit. You can't be.
I'm glad you guys are saying that.
Like Eric, yo.
I'm glad you guys are saying that, because coming from me, I don't have prison experience or anything, but like to hear it from you guys, like the fact that he even identified that like maybe this is a problem and was able to say, okay, I mean, that's huge. Like I wouldn't have expected that from anybody a year out of prison after doing that much time. I think that's like, he makes really good decisions for, I mean, just for a regular person, not even for someone who just got out of prison. I think that you really do make good decisions. Yeah. But I'm glad that you guys are kind of like, you're getting that and you're seeing that. And because I don't want you to feel like you're less than if people tell you, oh, you're sold out, you're this, you're that, because that might do something to your self-esteem. We don't know. Everybody loves you now. You know, who knows what everybody's gonna say. But it's for you.
I'm just over it. I just gotta get through my head that I'm not supposed to hurt everyone that disrespects me.
Yeah.
And like people don't understand that. 11 years straight. Starting as a teenager, I'm taught to hurt everyone that disrespects me.
But I think you and I
like, what the fuck do you expect me to be like?
You and I have that.
I get it.
Like already. Really?
They need programs for this shit, man. Like they need programs the same way that people coming back from war need something to help them transition back to regular society, so-called regular society shit. They need something the same way to transition, because ultimately y'all was in a battlefield, man. That was that war and shit. You need something to help you. You can't just turn that switch off, yo.
Well, that's when he first got out.
Yeah.
I was trying to get you hooked up with some kind of like prison. I forget what they call it. There's a name for it. But it was very difficult to find anything. And you were on some shit at that time. Like you were like just wilding out at that time with that goofball lady friend.
That was when I was doing porn in Florida when I first got out of prison.
With that bald lady.
Oh, shit.
That bald
Everyone